Respected dear friends, welcome for one more day of our being together to open and find the treasure of knowledge that is hidden in Bhagavad Gita for our own improvement, betterment in our performances, outer and inner, as well as achievements. Good that you are regular. Thank you that because of you an eye opener is happening to me in the sense the great text like Gita is there for us to guide. Even I'm also coming to know every chapter, every topic, every shloka has so many things to inspire us and convey. You being so busy in the immediate studies and career may feel that these knowledges may not be immediately useful. True, agreed. Involve in your life's career. That's what we want you to succeed in making yourself wonderful, and also definitely you must serve the world, uh, the nation, the beings. But then don't get lost only in that. For lives together, you have something for yourselves within you also to achieve it. In fact, that is the supreme most gain. Okay, so to cater to you that need of yours of recognizing the inner goal, that the Gita and such texts are there to guide. Luckily, Gita are such texts which guide us in the outer success, in the success of managing our inner personality, so too for the spiritual perfection. All are included in that. Good, we have done some punyam that the Lord Guru has chosen us and gave us his opportunity. In our first attempt, we are at least browsing through the shlokas of Gita. Then 3, 4, 5, 6 times when you study, in-depth meaning will come to us, and then the beauty of that knowledge will be revealed to us. Then we will only go for this practice of Gita way of life than anything else, and that makes us succeed outside and perfect inside. May it happen to all of us. With this idea, welcome you all, gratitudes and congratulations to you. Mind you, only through the exposure to such classes, satsangs, that the intellect gets widened, gets deepened also, gets purified, gets that capacity to think deeper and subtler. Then only you will avoid the problems. You can sort out whichever the problems come and enroute your life's journey. What required for youngsters is as early as possible, they have to become matured in their thinkings, in their understanding, in their way of dealing with their own emotions, emotions of others. तो वो सारा कैपेसिटी आपको शास्त्र पढ़ने से मिलते हैं. Because in that shastra that power is there, in those teachings, in those characters, in those stories, if at all, if they are like Puranas, that ability is there to empower us. Everything may not happen overnight, but it goes on happening. Evolution is a continuous process. No, so if that is done, not at all done, then never ever we grow. As we were at the age of 15, 20, so we'll continue at the age of 50, 60 also. But in the meantime, during that period, if we expose to the Shastra, year by year, we will just get opened up, blossomed up in our understanding, which really helps us in tackling the world, tackling our own lives, situations, and come out successfully. I can guarantee you, assure you. More deep interest you have in Shastras, more analytical mind you have, you are able to spare more time and deeply study. अब उसका तो फिर जवाब ही नहीं है, मजेदार. So that how we are doing these classes, keeping so many benefits to you all in mind. It is not to waste my time or your time. Clear? Now let us come like every day today to three topics of Gita, common sense thought. Then today we will be concluding our Mahalakshmi Ashtakam with PHALA SHRUTHI. Okay, let us start our prayers. Om 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 Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. For the youngsters, one of the beautiful mantra is Gayatri. So let us chant it 3 times. Om Bhor Bhuvah Suvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhor Bhuvah Suvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Suvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Now, Bhagavad Gita, 10th chapter, Vibhuti Yoga. So, today we will not only conclude what Lord said, we also will start with Arjuna Uvacha. So, how many topics this Bhagavad Gita 10th chapter has is only 4 topics. First is Bhagavan himself reminding of Arjuna of what he spoke already about the knowledge of himself, and when that is gained, what are the benefits. Knowledge of himself and sadhana and benefits. First topic. In the second topic, Arjuna himself praises and thanks the Lord. Then in the third topic, he asks God, how do I do the practice of your presence in my mind, seeing the world? So everything is Bhagavan. But that is only a simple sentence made, but no change at all in our heart. So among the things that are there in the world, some specific things when they are taken and genuinely deeply, we try to visualize the Lord in them in our heart. Then slowly what is seen is by the eyes as whatever it is, name and form, but in the heart we know it is God. In that way, for practicing, when Arjuna asks, Bhagavan is going to give more than 70 vibhutis. So, this is the fourth topic. Arjuna asks the third topic. Fourth is Bhagavan tells vibhuti. And in the conclusion, he says, these are few of my vibhutis for you to practice in your heart my presence in the world. Otherwise, reality में देखो तो everything is me only. There can't be anything without me because I am the substratum of the whole world. So this is how the 10th chapter slowly to we and a very gross-minded people, a subtle knowledge is given about the spiritual substratum of the world. Substratum means that from where the whole world has been emerging out or appearing. Okay. Now, in the first topic of this Lord Krishna's teaching to Arjuna, everything was so beautiful. But the 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, these 5 shlokas are very crucial. All of them we have seen. Just up to 10, I'll browse through. Say 11th, we'll chant and explain. 12th is Arjuna's question. वो भी हम आज करेंगे. पहले 11th तक करके we leave it, go to 12th. So the 7th one is एताम विभूतिम योगम च मम यह वेत्ति तत्वतः. Whoever discovers my vibhuti and my yoga, that I alone am there beyond every name and form. Through every name and form, I am only there. That I am is me. Tattvata is from your own essential self. Whoever knows it, he knows everything as himself. Therefore, there is nothing other than him to do the vikampana in his mind, disturbance in mind, agitation in mind, creating unwanted imagination, projections, likes, dislikes, desires, ये सारा विकम्प है मन में which really destabilizes and makes us miserable. That will not be there in him. That's called smukti. Avikampa sthiti ko pahunchna is getting liberated. You are in the bliss, knowing that everything is me. Avikampena yoga nirjati, there is no doubt at all. Then Bhagavan gave 2 principles basing on which we are supposed to do Bhagavan's bhajana, upasana or sadhana. No, when we talk chemistry, we talk in chemistry language. Na, math से तो math language में you can't change it. So when we are talking Geetha, the Shastra, उसका language ऐसा ही होता है. Chemistry and physics, when you join in the initial days of college, even computers, none of the words are familiar to you. But in few years of time, you are familiar with the meaning of them, usage of them. Same way, the scriptural words, spiritual words, the Shastra Shabda, in the beginning you may not know. But as you are again and again listening, few years may, you get familiar about the words, their utterance, their meaning, their utility, everything will be known to you. No doubt at all. So, these are the two things based on which we have to do the bhajana of the Lord, upasana of the Lord, contacting the Lord, being in touch with the Lord, trying to see Him. All of them is called bhajana. Bhagavan gave assurance ki whoever does like this, to them I give buddhi yogam. And I help them in using that buddhi yogam in such a manner, I enter into their heart and light the lamp of knowledge. Once the light of knowledge is lit, the ignorance darkness gets dispelled. And all problems come because of darkness of ignorance. In that exactly what we are, what Jagat is in reality, where from this Rupanama came, how much is the value to be given to it. Like the world is only a transactional purpose. It can't be reality. The transactional purpose is called as dharma. Beyond the dharma, when we are desiring the world, we are expecting the world to give us happiness, means we have entered into giving the real reality to the world that gives bondage to us. Hmm. Like I am giving you relatively the lecture of Geetha, transactional. Okay. More than that, if I expect from you something, from this class something, then I am giving extra reality to it, which troubles me, which suffers me, which makes me. If at all I want happiness, I have to discover in my own being, in my own self inside. So, Bhagavan says that Jnana Deepa, I give you a sample of what is the meaning of Jnanam, that I will light the knowledge lamp. That's how when we become that way devotee of Lord, the Vyavahara Jnanam Bhagavan gives, professional Jnanam he gives, mind management, personality management Jnanam he gives, finally the knowledge about the truth reality. Even that light also he lights, lamp also he lights. What a beautiful thing. So what are the two things? Aham sarvasya prabhavaha mattaha sarvam pravartate. I am the one from whom everything has come. And when the things have come, they are not stationary, stable. They are going on changing, they are functioning, all of that. That functioning also mattaha sarvam pravartate. So from me the tree came, in the tree the fruits, flowers are because of me, like that. Because the tree has to exist, the fruits have to exist. So from existence only tree came, from the existence only the fruit came. Existence is Paramatma. Iti matva buddhaha. The wise people having known this clearly, bhava samanvita with devotion, mamajante, they always are in my bhajana. And what the bhajana they do, the six things we have explained exhaustively in the ninth shloka. Machittaha. So mind, intellect, and aham. All three are offered to the Lord is equal to Machittaha. Madgata pranaha. Senses, power of activities and talents. Again used only for the God is called a Madgata pranaha. Bodhayantaha parasparam. Using again intellect and the speech only to do the bodha about the presence of the Lord, which is not seeable by the eyes, etc. It's very subtle. Why so many shastras to tell about God? Because God is so sublime that he cannot be visualized by our faculties. Now, if he is like any tree or a fruit or anything, ले आकर बता सकते हैं भगवान. Bhagavan is beyond all of that, subtler than all of that. Therefore, he has to be told repeatedly in this way only. Therefore, बोधयन्तः परस्परम. भगवान के बारे में बोध कराना एक दूसरे को. कथयन्तः. Do the kathana only of Bhagavan all the time. In that tushyanti, find your contentment. Ramanti, take that alone your part-time, pastime sport. To these people, what I give, Bhagavan said it was in 10th and 11th shloka. But before that he says, Tesham satata yuktanam. In this way, those who are not doing it as a part-time job, all the time they are yoked to me. And bhajatam, they are doing all these things regularly. Machittaha ityadi. How they are doing it? Preeti purvakam. With joy they are doing, to make me happy they are doing. They are not expecting anything from me. If they expect anything, I give that, not the knowledge which gives liberation. Clear? So Preeti Purvakam Bhajata means only to please the Lord he is doing. He is not wanting anything of this world or the other world. The one who does anything, upasana to God for this or that world, they are all vyapari, they are all samsari. They are all only business trading they are doing with God. They are all samsari. They are not sadhaka. Sadhaka worships the Lord for pleasure, for happiness of the Lord, and it is so beautiful, therefore I do it. It is so wonderful, joyful. In doing only there is fulfillment. So that's called Preeti Purvakam Bhajatam Satatam Yuktanam Tesham. Bhagavan said in that ninth sloka, second line, Buddhi Yogam Dadami. 10th sloka. Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. I'll give them such a Buddhist yoga. Huh? Yena Mamupayanti te, by which me they reach in their understanding and experience, which is not possible to the so-called philosophers who studied all Shastra, who speak to others. All that is theory. I give them such a buddhi, it is called intuitive intellect, which pierces through the gross explanations and apprehends the Lord as He is. And when He is apprehended as He is found to be one without second, as our own self also, and self of everything around. That knowledge I'll give you. Buddhi yogam. Such capacity of the buddhi I give you, by which you will recognize me, you will reach me, you will discover your identity with me. Thereafter, neither you nor the world are seen by you as separate from me. When everything is one, there is no question of any type of problem creating interactions at all, thoughts at all, ideas at all, concepts at all. That's called as mukti in our shastras. Okay. Then Bhagavan further says, this is what we'll chant today 4 times. The 11th shloka. Of its meaning we say, then we go to 12th, where Arjuna's prayers start. Let us do the prayer first. Om Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Geetha Sharanam Mama, Sri Vyasa Sharanam Mama, Sri Sadguru Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama. Om Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Srimad Bhagavad Gita अथ दशमोऽध्यायः विभूतियोगः श्रीभगवानुवाच एकादश श्लोकः. Straight away 4 times. तेषाम् एवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थः ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता. तेषाम् एवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थः ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता. तेषाम् एवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजन्तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थः ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता. तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजन्तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थः ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता. So tesham eva. Tesham eva means to them only. Anukampartam eva. Only because of my anukampa, compassion. From the anukampa only the compassion came. English word. Out of my compassion for them, that they keeping away all the indulgences in the world in which every other human beings are lost. These people keeping away all of that, they are worshipping me, they are praising me, they are talking about me, they are thinking about me, they are, their upasana they are doing of me, remembering me, they are praying to me. So definitely I'll have that anukampa. And when I get anukampa, two things I do. One, they what they want. Second, what I want to give. No, they don't want anything because they are doing Preeti Purakam. Therefore, what is left choice is for me is to give what I want. What I will give to the people is moksha. How? By giving that jnanam. Therefore, Bhagavan says, Tesham eva, to such people who having aham sarvasya prabhavaha mattas sarvam pravartate as the base, doing machitta madga pranaha satata yuktanam pritipurvakam, to them Bhagavan says tesham eva anukampartham, out of that love and compassion of mine toward them, what I do? Aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayami. The whole tamaha means delusion, confusion of every interaction which we are doing to get happiness and only going through the misery. That whole tamaha, where from it is born? Ajnana, not knowing what is truth or reality. That ajnana jam tamaha nashayami. How? By removing the ajnana with what? By giving jnanam. That poetically says, aham ajnana jam tamaha nashayami atma bhavastaha. I enter into their heart, take them into my confidence, then there I will do the jadu of jnana deepena bhasvata. Bhasvata, that which is continuously blazing, jnana deepa, the light of knowledge, with that tamaha nashayami, all wrongdoings of them I destroy, which were born out of the ignorance. तो अज्ञानजम तमह नाशयामि, अज्ञान से उत्पन्न तमस को मैं नाश करता हूं. How? Jnana Deepena Bhasvata, by lighting the Jnana Deepa, which is all the time blazing. Atma Bhavastha Jnana Deepena Bhasvata Ajnanajam Tamaha Aham Nashayami Anukampartam Tesham Eva. Okay. Now, the knowledges are only two, ignorances are millions. What are the two knowledges? There is only one truth or reality without second, which is called as pure existence, consciousness, and bliss. Knowledge number one. Second knowledge is he, that truth, reality alone, be attentive. In the form of this world, appearing without becoming. Only that much. Thus, there is nothing like the mud is reality. That is one truth, one knowledge. Mud alone is there in all parts is the second knowledge. Other than these two, when the mud or the reality is forgotten, the self, the Sat Chit Ananda, then the world which is with name and form now is given reality, then the whole world of ignorance starts expressing in so many forms. You know? In that outside we differentiate the world as good or bad, and toward the world inside we again differentiate as mine and not mine, and toward the mine I have the attachment, to the not mine I have aversion, and towards whatever I have attachment, to serve them or to get it. All adharma or papa I do, giving up dharma and punya. So too for that which I am hating, to that also I do adharma and papa, giving up dharma and punya. That gives consequence of all sufferings. Exactly, I tell you, you will understand it in the dream. In the dream, I am there, my friends are there, the world in front of me is there, all shopping malls are, everything is there. And then I love some of them, I hate some of them, toward them I am fighting, whom I hate, loving towards, I am going for them, and they are not listening to me. Everything happens in dream, so really. The one whom you hate, when they are not going away, you are suffering. Whom you love, then they are, when they are not reciprocating, there also you suffer. Sometimes, yeah, what you expect happen, then you become happy. How long that all goes on? Is it not till you wake up? Just imagine when you wake up, who is the one who saw the dream? What is that whole dream? Who are the beings in the dream? What are the emotions of the dream? You know? And what was that fighting, hating those whom you don't like, and liking, loving, and doing every nonsense for those who you like? When you wake up, where are all of them? Gone. Gone into what? Into the recognition of what? Of the substratum of all of them, which is that your own waking mind. Is it not? What is the difference between dream and waking mind? In the dream, the substratum of the whole dream world is a waking mind. That is not known. That's called ajnanam. Because of not knowing, the whole dream world is projected. That is called tamaha. Tamaha. In the dream world, then you created all friends, enemies, went on suffering. When you wake up, what happened? Ajnanam is replaced by jnanam. How? I am a waker, that is known. Once I know the waker, where is the tamaha? The projection of the dream world? Not there. Therefore, where is the whole dream suffering? Not there. In the same way, in the whole world, we are in a long dream. That dream also appears to be long, for only 3 minutes it is. In this, we are in the ignorance of what is the whole thing behind everything. What is the one main thing behind everything? Not knowing that, like not knowing I am waker, I am dreaming the dream world. So to not knowing the self, which is substratum of all, my substratum also, like the dream world is projected. So to in the mind, he is friend, he is enemy, he is relation, he is this, that object is good, this is bad, that place is good. None, all of them are like in the dream. You projected the world, you projected emotions to the world. So too, we have projected the world, we have projected emotions to world. Then according to the emotions we have reacted in the dream, that gave all pain, pleasure. Here also, according to this, we are doing that giving pain, pleasure, and every pleasure ends only in pain. This is called samsara. But once you wake up, the whole dream is gone, and as a waker, you are a blissful, happy person. So too, when we wake up from this long dream, by knowing the reality, there's no world problem. Whole problem is finally sorted out. That is the jnana. Now, once that jnana is known, that everything is God, the world will continue. The difference is what? Earlier, the world is taken to be separate from God first, then having its own differences for us to differentiate. But now, when I know the world is seen with all differences, but we know all differences are the different expressions of one Paramatma, one self, one God, one reality, one truth only, and that is me. Therefore, I see differences for entertainment. Like I have differences in my parts of body. They are for the function. But in and through all of them, I am one only. Therefore, there is no quarrel or unnecessary extra attachment to those things. And throughout life, the left hand scratches right, right hand scratches left, depending on requirement. But neither they create attachment nor aversion. Again, when the right hand scratching left one, left is not attached to the right. Or because of mistake, है ना, the right leg falls on the left leg and थोड़ा चोट लगा, so the left leg will not have enmity to the right. Why? Because in all of them I only am there one. They are my own functional different expressions. They can't be without me. So too, the whole world is not there without me, the real self. Functionally, I only appearing as the sun, moon, star, rivers, oceans, etc. Let them play the play. I'm not giving them the real reality. I'm going to give them the relative reality. Real reality is as discovered. And the seat of meditation, the self, the truth. That discovery of the self, Bhagavan says, I will give to such bhaktas who are doing machitta madgata prana. And how he does it? He says, I will enter into their heart. Atma bhavasta jnana dipena bhasvata ajnanajam tamah nashayami. How that miracle happens, we don't know. Everything in this world is miracle. You are putting rice in a bowl, putting water and putting on the stove. But it's a miracle only. The fire continuously going up. Fire blazing there itself is a miracle. It is going up is second miracle. Through the patila, without burning the patila, through the heating water, it is burning. Without burning the, what to say, cooking the rice. Everything is a miracle in this world. Because we see it every day, we don't accept it as miracle. A youngster driving two-wheeler in 100 speed without falling for 50 kilometers, every moment it is a miracle. He is working against the gravitational pull. He is balancing his whole body and the vehicle not to fall. Every moment is a miracle. Depending on requirement, putting the brake or accelerator, putting or clutch bana, or he is looking here and everything is a miracle only. Everything in the world, like I am talking to you, my thought becoming a word and coming out, it's a miracle. It reaching you through online internet is a miracle. You listening to the sound, trying to understand and get understand is a miracle. In the same way, how the Lord does we don't know. But he says, I will enter and light the Atma Jnana in them, in the light of which everything is found as Atman. There is nothing other than it for it to get attached or to hate. Like I attach with attachment and hate somebody with hatred, those who are other than me. Towards me, what do I have feeling? Not attachment, not hatred, but pure love. So when I see everything as God by the jnanam awakened in us by the grace of God, with because we have done the Machita Madhuda Prana, then we see everything as our own self. God, Jagat, me, everything is one. Nothing is different. There's no like I have the hatred and liking to the things which are other than me. There's nothing other than me. So I love all. I don't hate anyone. I don't get attached. Now you analyze in your life wherever you have suffered only because you attached something or being or place or object or any entertainment or we have hated something. Then only you suffered. There will be zero suffering when I discover everything as me. That jnanam I will light, Bhagavan says. So with this, the 11 shlokas, Bhagavan's beautiful guidance is done, which every one of us have to at least 10 times listen. Then only the whole clear picture comes to us. Understanding conviction का एक दो बार में नहीं होता because they are not like a diagram made and said it's a circle or it is a vertical triangle hexagon ऐसा नहीं होता ये very sublime knowledge है तो you need to repeatedly listen and think then that clicks with this Arjuna Bhagavan Vacha is over for the time being. Now, having heard all this repeated knowledge given by the Lord, which already said in the earlier chapters, Arjuna is very, very happy. Now, he no more considers Krishna only as his charioteer, only as his cousin, brother in law, the Buaji ka ladka. Arjuna is Buva's ladka, and for Arjuna, his mother's father's son, Mamaji ka ladka. Arjuna's mother is Kunti. Kunti's brother is Vasudeva. Vasudeva's son is Krishna. So the brother-in-law relation, friendship, all that he transcends. He says, "You are the Lord now." Till that time, he never was ready to listen. Bhagavan also never revealed. He played like a relative, like a brother-in-law, like a friend. Because Arjuna was never asking for jnanam. Now he asked in Yuddha Kshetra, even in Yuddha Kshetra, Bhagavan said, that doesn't matter, even it's a war field, Arjuna is ready with the jignasa, with the desire to know, with also detachment also, vairagya. So this is the right time. Therefore, Bhagavan gave, even though it's a bar field, this highest knowledge. Now that Arjuna, after listening to this 9.5 chapters, recognizes Bhagavan as great. Earlier also he knows because Bhagavan ने इतने सारे लीलाएं दी करी है. That all known to everyone from childhood. He was eliminating so many Rakshasas. He was showing his power, his Maya, his Shakti. Everything was doing. तो जानते तो है ही. But generally जानना अलग है. To the heart जानना अलग है. Like this is a great Mahatma. जानना अलग है. But he is my Guru. Saying it different, no? So many Mahatmas are there, they do their work. We are not interested. Among them, one when you know that is I am tuned to him, I can understand his way of speaking, then he becomes my guru. With that you tune and get knowledge. He was a part of all gurus only. Even when you now took him as guru, others are still there. But the change happened in us. In the same way, in Arjuna's mind about the God, Lord Krishna, the attitude has changed. So, with respect, reverence, he salutes and then he asks to give the list of vibhutis for practicing. Okay, now that first shloka of Arjuna we'll do today. Arjuna uvacha, Arjuna uvacha, param brahma param dhama, param brahma param dhama, param brahma param dhama, param brahma param dhama, pavitram paramam bhavan, pavitram paramam bhavan, pavitram paramam bhavan. पवित्रं परमं भवान् पुरुषं शाश्वतं दिव्यं पुरुषं शाश्वतं दिव्यं Purusham Shashwatam Divyam, Purusham Shashwatam Divyam, Adidevamajam Vibhum, Adidevamajam Vibhum, Adidevamajam Vibhum, Adidevamajam Vibhum. Arjuna Uvacha Param Brahma Parandhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashwatam Divyam Adidevamajam Vibhum. Arjuna Uvacha Param Brahma Parandhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashwatam Divyam Adidevamajam Vibhum. It's an incomplete sentence. Continuation में आहो त्वाम ऋषय सर्वे देवर्षि नारदस्तथा असितो देवलो व्यास स्वयं चेदित ब्रवी में सर्वमेतत् ऋतं मन्ये यन्मा देव वेगेशव नैते भगवान व्यक्तिं विदुर देवान दानवाः स्वयमेव आत्मनात्मानं एतत्त्वं पुरुषोत्तम भूत भावन भूतेश देव देव जगत्पते. These are all praises of Lord by Arjuna. Today only this thing will say, tomorrow इसको और next श्लोक को दोनों मिलाकर बोलने से पूरा thought clearly आ जाएगा. तो भगवान is saying to Arjuna is saying to Bhagwan, oh Lord, you are Param Brahma, supreme truth, reality. Brahma is the name given to the reality in the Upanishads. It comes from Bruhatvat and Brahmanatvat. Bruhatvat means it is bigger than the biggest two. There is nothing bigger than it. Brahmanatvat means it alone expresses as small little so many things, appears as. Brahmanam कहते हैं उसको. Like Bruhatvam is ocean. Ocean is Brahma because Bruhat, because there is nothing bigger than the ocean. Then second meaning of Brahma is Brahmanatvat. So what is the Brahmanam happens in the Bruhat, the ocean? है ना, ब्रह्म ओशन में बृहत क्या होता है? ब्रह्मणम. It only appears as so many rivers, so many clouds, so many lakes, ponds, so many water pools, whatever you call the wells, the rivulets, canals, dams. अब कितने भी आप गिनो, all are one ocean's Brahmanatvam, appearing in so many forms. Again, within also the foam, the froth, the bubbles, the ripples, the waves, the higher waves, the tides, the high tides, the whirlpools, the what do you say, the torrential waves, or what do you call them, breakers. All of that are what? Brahmanam of one ocean only. Therefore, Brahma means Brahat and Brahmanatvat. So, Arjuna Bhagavan को कहते हैं Param Brahma. You are that supreme Brahman, O Lord. Then Param Dhama. You are the supreme abode. Means into what everything goes when they dissolve. Because from that only everything came. So that from where everything came, into which everything goes, once that Rupanama which is manifested goes away, that is you. Therefore, Krishna is not Brahman, though it is said like that. That Brahman appearing as Krishna Paramatma here, in his most glorious form, as Devata. Therefore, Krishna is Brahman alone. Param Brahma, Param Dhama. Then Pavitram, Paramam, Bhavan. For everything, Paramam word is used. Supreme, highest, Paramam means. Pavitram, Paramam, Bhavan, you are the supreme most purifier. Because when anybody knows you, they know the whole world as one without second. Then the impurity of seeing the things other than God, which causes all infections, as I told you, the likes and dislikes, that goes away. Therefore, the Pavitram Paramam is Bhagavan. Tomorrow I will talk on it little more. Then Purusham, you are the primordial being. Shashwatam, you are eternal. Divyam, you are the divine resplendent. Adi Devam, you are the first of all the gods. Ajam, unborn and undying. Vibhum, again, everywhere you are pervading. So these are the words meditating on which we reach to something beyond this world, the self. Such slokas have already come almost in every chapter. Kavim Purana Manusha Siddharam in the 8th chapter. Second one, what do you call Acche Dyoyamada Hyoyam Akle Dyosho Shevacha. So this is how Paramatma is explained. Having said so, like this you are talked about by all Rishi Muni. I also agree to that. but I want to do your Upasana Vibhuti. Please tell me how to do. That will be Arjuna's question. Okay, second topic of praising the Lord. Third topic of asking question to God. These things from tomorrow, 2 or 3 days we'll see. Maximum tomorrow, day after. And day after, the 70 vibhutis. We'll cover every day 15 or so. Then we can do them in 6 or 5 days. That's our 10th chapter. So beautiful. Again, I am telling a mathematics thing or a computer language also. 10 times you have to study and practice. Then only you will know with the worldly vidyas, if that's the case. ये तो परमात्मा की विद्या, भगवान की विद्या है ना. फिर how many times you have to listen to grasp the words, word meaning, then sentence meaning and total thought. And once you know it, you are free from all ignorance. To know it, you have to be patiently applying yourself in being regular and sincere. So the God has given you the opportunity outside and willingness, ability inside, which is not given to millions. When He gave us, so He is expecting us to make use of it. Let us be regular to our Gita classes, then grasp the meaning of every shloka, then the theme of the topic, and the whole chapter's theme, and it is in the context of whole Gita, what is its position, and how it is useful for everyone, including me or first to me. That's how Gita Adhyana. So when you come to me next time, in that way, with the Bhagavan's Bhashya, Adi Shankaras, I'll talk to you on Gita. Abhito, introduction. You are knowing only in Gita, these are the knowledges that are given. Thank you. Now let us come to our second topic of the day. After Gita, the common sense thought. Today also we'll have one more thought of the mind's mischief. Okay, what is the mind's mischief today? Hmm. So the mind's mischief of just to looking at the world, immediately getting tempted, prompted. I can't use the word inspired, and jumping into the action. Be attentive in anticipation of immediate temporary pleasure and not thinking about the subsequent deeper later on consequence. Mind doesn't look into the farther consequences. It is interested only in the present immediate gains and pleasures. This is the mischief of the mind. And becoming victimized by this mischief of mind only, that we continuously suffer in life. Then what is to be done? Bring the intellect. And then anything when the mind proposes to do, let the intellect think and know of this doing, whether it is an action or interaction or indulgence or enjoyment, whatever, what are its later on consequences? If the later on consequences are good, even though it is difficult in the beginning, we must do. If the later on consequences are going to be bad, even though it is giving temporary pleasures, we should not involve in it, we should avoid. This is how the intellect's capacity to help the mischief of the mind to save us. Any examples you can take. खाने का ही ले लो, है ना. इमीडिएटली शादी में गए तो 56 भोग वहाँ है. तो इमीडिएटली द माइंड सेज वी हैव कम टू मैरिज. शादी तो अपना नहीं है और किसी बंदे का है बेचारा, तो लेट अस एंजॉय. Is it not? Completely all the dishes put and eaten for the temporary pleasure. But later on in the evening, all the indigestions, gases, stomach pains for 3 days under in the on the bed under total upavasa. You can't eat ना. उतना खा लिया एक ही दिन, 3 दिन के लिए. You should not avoid eating to when you go to marriage, but एक या दो खा लो जिससे तृप्ति हो जाएगी. Then later on you will not suffer. Bringing that intellect, controlling the mind's behavior to not indulge in the present pleasures and suffer later on. That is the intellection we have to protect ourselves from the mischief of the mind. Mind doesn't want to, mind never thinks, intellect thinks. Mind projects, imagines, and it reacts and indulges. फ्रीले मिल रहा है खाना, वो खा लो. और दिमाग को सोचना है ना. समटाइम्स यू डू इट. अरे शाम को भी और एक शादी में जानी है, उसमें इधर से भी अच्छा होगा खाना, हम खा के जाएंगे. एंड यू रियली एंजॉय दैट ईटिंग लेस इन एंटिसिपेशन इवनिंग फूड. बट वहाँ इससे घटिया खाना है, देन यू क्राई. I'm just telling jokingly, there are example. But the point is what? The one who keeping the later on consequences in the mind does or doesn't do something in the present, he is a wise person who is not going to suffer. And the one who says, भाड़ में जाए, बाद में क्या होगा, मेरे को क्या, अब तो मैं indulge करता हूँ, the one who indulges in the presence and suffers later on is an otherwise person. That is why we are given Puranas like Garuda and all, wherein all the Naraka and Swarga Varnana is given. So these things done, consequences Naraka, which is not seen now. These things done, which will result in Swarga, which are not seen now. When you know the consequence, then you avoid doing that Papa which takes you to Naraka. You definitely involve in Punya which takes you to Swarga. Therefore, what is the common sense thought today? Don't be carried away the mischief of mind that immediately you see something and involve in it. Think the consequences of it. They are getting attached to someone. अच्छा लगता है दोस्तों से या किसी बॉय गर्लफ्रेंड बात करना, प्यारा प्यारा, बट यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट यू बिकम इन्फैचुएटेड, योर माइंड इंटेलेक्ट गेट्स लॉस्ट इन इट, देन यू बिकम कई का नहीं गधे उल्ली को पट्टे बन जाओगे, या पट्टी, यू विल बिकम मीनिंगलेस, नॉनसेंस हो जाएगा तुम्हारी जिंदगी, you know. Therefore, knowing the consequence, just focus on your study or career, then by God's grace somebody will come in life, live happily with them. An example, take example for catching the point, don't worry about the example, but we have to know, lot of like watching TV all the time, the intellect becomes dull witted. Such a sharp intellected you, within 2 3 months वो सिनेमा अगर देख देख के इतना दिमाग चढ़ जाएगा कि you can't even do the mathematics of 4 5 आर कितना you want to calculate. You lose the independent thinking capacity, you lose the ability to understand the things, वो सारा चला जाएगा, बट वी डोंट वांट टू थिंक दोज कॉन्सिक्वेंस, अब मजा आ रहा है देखो टीवी को. So to this youth age of yours from 16 to 25 or 30, these 15 years are your basement on which the remaining 70 years of your construction of the building is depending on. But this base we are not properly making use of. Therefore, later on, नौकरी ठीक नहीं है, ठीक शादी नहीं हुआ, ठीक तरह से बच्चे जो है ना पढ़ाकू नहीं निकले, लड़ाकू निकले हैं, एंड देन नो मनी, नो बैंक बैलेंस, सफरिंग ओनली. व्हाई? दिस टाइम इज वेस्टेड. व्हाई? मजा आ रहा है दोस्तों के साथ घूमना, मजा आ रहा है खा के सो जाना. रिमेंबर, ये दोस्तों से घूमना, खा के सोना, टीवी देखना, इसका कोई एंड नहीं होता. बट दे एंड आवर ग्लोरियस फ्यूचर. They put a destruction lag to our life. Though we have to put an end to them to make a beginning of our glorious life. That's the meaning of using intellect to think the later on consequences and do only those things if they are good proposed by the mind. If they are inconsequence is giving negative results, have the ability guts to say to the mind, you just shut up, that is not to be done. This is what is the common sense thought to counter mind's mischief for the day. Thank you. Now let us do our today's Mahalakshmi Ashtakams Phala Shruthi. Thereafter, we'll also do from meaning whole chanting we'll do once. Mm, okay. Mm. ओके, द फलश्रुति में एक श्लोक तो है. ओके, Mahalakshmi Ashtaka Stotram. Okay, this stotram having 8 shlokas on Devi Mahalakshmi. Yaha Patet, whoever studies, chants, Bhaktiman Naraha. Okay, with so much devotion. Okay, Sarva Siddhim Avapnoti. He will get all the successes in all endeavors. then Rajyam Prapnoti Sarvada. He will also obtain the kingdom to become as king. Hmm. Other two shlokas I am searching. Okay, Mahalakshmi Ashtakam Stotram Yaha Patet Bhaktiman Naraha. With devotion, whoever is chanting, na Sarva Siddhimavapnoti, by grace of Mada, in every of the endeavors he will become successful. Sarva Siddhimavapnoti. Second, then Rajyam Prapnoti Sarvada. He will also become king of a big kingdom. Okay, this is one shloka. Second, Ekakale Paten Nityam. Nityam, every day Ekakala, ek bar subah. पढ़ लोगे तो महापाप विनाशनम means all big sins whichever if you have done in the past they get destroyed. New sins we will not do. Dvikalamya pate nityam. Two times when the one who studies along with the above result dhanadanya samanvitaha, he will get the wealth, dhana dhanya, all the consumable goods without any dearth. Then Trikalamya Pate Nityam, the one who chants all the three times, morning, afternoon, evening. Then Maha Shatru Vinashanam, the bigger than the biggest Shatrus. Who is the biggest Shatru? Our own ignorance inside. वो भी नाश हो जाएगा. महाशत्रु विनाशनम. Then Mahalakshmi hi bhavet nityam. Not only that, thrice a day, when you chant morning, afternoon, evening, Mahalakshmi bhavet nityam. Mahalakshmi will be for you whole day, all through life. Prasanna Varada Shubha. She will be happy with you. She will be giver of all the boons to you, and she will be the blesser of all the auspiciousness to you. So एक बार पढ़ा महाशत्रु विनाशनम. सेकंड टाइम पढ़ा उसके साथ धन धन्य समन्वितम. देन थ्री टाइम्स पढ़ा महालक्ष्मी भवे नित्यम प्रसन्ना वरदा शुभा. ओके, दैट इज हाउ द महालक्ष्मी अष्टकास फलश्रुति. सो फर्स्ट टाइम पढ़ोगे तो एक बार महापाप विनाशनम, सेकंड महापाप विनाशनम एंड धनधान्य समन्वितम. थ्री टाइम्स महापाप विनाशनम, धनधान्य समन्वितम, महाशत्रु विनाशनम. देन मदर विल बिकम प्रसन्ना वरदा शुभा. शी विल बी हैप्पी विथ यू. शी विल गिव ऑल द boons and she will be bestowing every shubha in life. No ashubha of dukkha will be anymore there. Okay, these three shlokas will chant three times. Then whole Ashtakam will chant once. Okay. Om Ata Shri Mahalakshmi Matu Anugrahena Parabrahmanva Siddhyartha Upanishadukta Brahmatmaikya Siddhyartham Purana Ityasokta Bhagavad Bhagavata Darshananugrah Praptyartham Mahalakshmi Anugrah Praptyartham Sanatana Dharma Vedic Samskruta Punuttana Vishwayaptyartham Asmin Karmani Siddhanam Digvijayartham समस्त युवानां च रक्षणार्थं तत् संकल्पित सत्कर्मणेषु सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये भगवत धर्म देश मातापितृ प्रति भक्ति प्राप्त्यर्थं तेषां जीवनस्य साफल्यार्थं च श्री महालक्ष्मी अष्टकस्य फलश्रुत्याः श्रुतेः पारायणं तदनन्तरं समस्त स्तोत्रस्य पारायणं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. ओके, नाउ द three times the Falashruti, then whole stotra once. Okay. एककाले पठे नित्यं महापापविनाशनं द्विकालं यः पठे नित्यं धनतासान्यसमन्वितं त्रिकालं यः पठे नित्यं महाशत्रुविनाशनं महालक्ष्मीर्भवेन्नित्यं प्रसन्ना वरदा शुभा. Again, first one we missed it. महालक्ष्म्यष्टकं स्तोत्रं यः पठेद् भक्तिमान् नरः सर्वसिद्धिमवाप्नोति राज्यं प्राप्नोति सर्वदा. एककाले पठेन्नित्यं महापापविनाशनं द्विकालं यः पठेन्नित्यं धनधान्यसमन्वितं त्रिकालं यः पठेन्नित्यं महाशत्रुविनाशनं महालक्ष्मीर्भवेन्नित्यं प्रसन्ना वरदा शुभा. Again, महालक्ष्म्यष्टकं स्तोत्रं यः पठेद् भक्तिमान् नरः सर्वसिद्धिमवाप्नोति राज्यं प्राप्नोति सर्वदा. एककाले पठेन्नित्यं महापापविनाशनं द्विकालं यः पठेन्नित्यं धनधान्यसमन्वितं त्रिकालं यः पठेन्नित्यं महाशत्रुविनाशनं महालक्ष्मीर्भवेन्नित्यं प्रसन्ना वरदा शुभा. अगेन महालक्ष्म्यष्टकं स्तोत्रं यः पठेद् भक्तिमान् नरः सर्वसिद्धिमवाप्नोति राज्यं प्राप्नोति सर्वदा. एककाले पठेन्नित्यं महापापविनाशनं द्विकालं यः पठेन्नित्यं धनधान्यसमन्वितं त्रिकालं यः पठेन्नित्यं महाशत्रुविनाशनं महालक्ष्मी भवेन्नित्यं प्रसन्ना वरदा शुभा. प्रसन्ना वरदा शुभा. एक बार पूरा. ओम अथ श्री इंद्रकृत श्री महालक्ष्म्यष्टकम्. ओम ओम नमस्ते स्तु महामाये श्रीपीठे सुरपूजिते शङ्खचक्रगदाहस्ते महालक्ष्मि नमोऽस्तुते. नमस्ते गरुडारूढे कोलासुरभयङ्करि सर्वपापहरे देवी महालक्ष्मि नमोऽस्तुते. सर्वज्ञे सर्ववरदे सर्वदुष्टभयङ्करि सर्वदुःखहरे देवी महालक्ष्मि नमोऽस्तुते. सिद्धिबुद्धिप्रदे देवी भुक्तिमुक्तिप्रदायिनि मंत्रमूर्ते सदा देवी महालक्ष्मि नमोऽस्तुते. आद्यन्तरहिते देवी आदिशक्ति महेश्वरि योगज्ञे योगसम्भूते महालक्ष्मि नमोऽस्तुते. स्थूलसूक्ष्ममहारौद्रे महाशक्ति महोदरे महापापहरे देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते. पद्मासनस्थिते देवी परब्रह्मस्वरूपिणी परमेशि जगन्मातः महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते. श्वेतांबरधरे देवी नानालंकारभूषिते जगत्स्थिते जगन्मातः महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते. महालक्ष्म्यष्टकं स्तोत्रं यः पठेद् भक्तिमान् नरः सर्वसिद्धिमवाप्नोति राज्यं प्राप्नोति सर्वदा. एककाले पठेन्नित्यं महापापविनाशनं द्विकालं यः पठेन्नित्यं धनधान्यसमन्वितं त्रिकालं यः पठेन्नित्यं महाशत्रुविनाशनं महालक्ष्मीर्भवेन्नित्यं प्रसन्ना वरदा शुभा. महालक्ष्मी भवेन्नित्यं प्रसन्ना वरदा शुभा. प्रसन्ना वरदा शुभा. One more stotra we have completed. By mother's grace, God's grace, grace of gurus with meaning. Now it is left to you to learn all of them, chant with devotion and be blessed by mother. So tomorrow onwards some other stotram, let me see what it is. Okay, then we have done our common sense thought. We don't look for the immediate pleasures, but see the consequences later on. If the consequences are good, even if something to be sacrificed and hardship in the present, do it. If the consequence is bad, later on, even if it is very tempting right now, don't do it. Thus conquer the mischief of the mind. Now in Geetha, we have seen Bhagavan says, I will light the knowledge lamp by being in their own self, which dispels the darkness of ignorance with all projections. Who do Machita Madhuda Prana by knowing everything is Aham Sarvasya Prabhaha Mapta Sarvam Pravartate. Then Arjuna says, O Lord, you are Param Brahma, Parandhama, Pavitram, Paramam, Purusham, Shashvatam, Divyam, Adidevam, Ajam Vibhum. 10 things about you are told by the rishis and munis and all. I agree all of that, but I want to do your upasana. Tell me what are the vibhutis. That is how the Gita also, we are entering into the question of Arjuna about vibhutis. Then the whole chapter talks in the 20-25 shlokas around 70 vibhutis. भगवान की दया से करेंगे वो. Then the next 11 chapters Vishwarupa Darshanam. So beautiful it is. Then Bhakti Yogam, Kshetra Vibhaga Yogam. Every chapter of Gita is full of knowledge. If you have the ability to receive, your दिमाग का चिप अगर उसमें स्पेस है तो, अगर उसमें रियली स्पेस है, कुछ अंदर जाता ही नहीं, तो कोई कुछ नहीं कर सकता. या इतना खचरा भरा हुआ है कि नो न्यू नॉलेज कैन एंटर, देन आल्सो कोई कुछ नहीं कर सकता. तो अपने आप को बचाओ, दिमाग ठंडा और खाली रख के ले आओ और भरोसे गीता ज्ञान से शेक करो. यूज इट एंड मेक योर लाइफ ब्यूटीफुल. थैंक यू. दुर्जन सज्जनो भूयात् सज्जन शांति माप्नुयात् शांतो मुच्येत वन्देभ्यः मुक्तश्चान्यान् विमोचयेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा मृतङ्गमय. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः परमऋषिभ्यो नमः परब्रह्मणे नमः थैंक्स ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति शांति We regular dear friends, inform your friends also. Although we are spending between 50 minutes to 1 hour 5 minutes, remember how many things we are doing in it. First 6 minutes I am talking introduction. Then 2-3 minutes we are doing the chantings. Thereafter introduction of what is said so far of Gita. Then the chanting of Gita. Then the explaining the meaning of that Gita. Thereafter we are going for a common sense thought. Then we are doing our the shloka chanting of mantra and meaning. Then again I am summarizing. 9 things we are doing. 9 things, not 1 or 2. ठीक है तो दिस वर्दी नो 1 घंटे में इतने चीज कर पा रहे हम एंड इफ यू आर टोटली ट्यून्ड नॉलेज भी आएगा डिवोशन भी आएगा का practice of concentration is happening you are gaining the knowledge of a great text like Bhagavad Gita then you are lifting your thinking to the level of Lord